recently I've been playing a whole lot of Hypixel Skyblock, and with just over 1800 hours clocked in at this point, it's just begun feeling a little too easy, you know? And now I could just start up a normal Ironman profile and stop myself from trading with other players, making, those ever needed coins a whole lot harder to get my hands on. That just still sounds a little bit too easy. So instead, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail and the title, I've come up with my own little challenge that's going to be combining the already brutal Ironman game mode with what I'd like to call a storage locked playthrough. So what is this challenge exactly? And well, I'm very glad you asked, because you know how you normally have this nice and large inventory with a whole 36 inventory slots, 35 in the case of Hypixel, and you know how you can always just place down more chests and store a basically limitless amount of items at barely any costs? And you know how this makes the game convenient and actually fun to play? Well, I've had a little bit too much of this nice and easy convenient storage, so how about we just throw that out the window and just ban it? Just don't use it. And well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And not only am I going to ban my inventory and chests, I'm going to ban pretty much any way you could think of storing items in Hypixel Skyblock. Backpacks, Enderchest, sacks, the personal vault, the museum, my stash, all of those aren't just no-go. I simply am not allowed to use them at all. Now, I could just make this a reasonable challenge and do it something like a one-off and just kill something like a tier 1 zombie slayer and call it a day. But just to make sure I actually truly suffer through this challenge, I'm going to make it so the only way I can escape this torture is going to be soloing the hardest normal dungeon floor in the game, a floor 7. Now, before I start this masochistic journey, I'm going to have to lay out some few more ground rules. Because however much I'd love to just accomplish a solo floor 7 completion with no inventory space whatsoever, that's just not possible. And for the sake of my own sanity and actually making the challenge possible in the first place, I'm going to have it so every single Skyblock level I go up, I unlock 1 inventory slot. So that would mean at Skyblock level 8, I just barely have unlocked my entire hotbar. At level 35, my whole inventory, and at level 80, I would have a whole 80 slots of storage. Which might initially sound like a lot, but when you start going through the list of items I'm going to need to actually accomplish this challenge, and all the items I need to actually get those items in the first place, this challenge starts looking a whole lot more difficult. But how about instead of theorizing and laying out strategies and actually having a plan, we just go into it and see how difficult it's going to be, huh? Now, just like any other profile, we're just going to start out by creating a new Ironman. Alright, well, since we already started... Wait, I'm Skyblock level 0. Wait, that means I don't have any inventory space. Yeah, so, jokes on you, I did actually think about this. And while you normally would on a normal Skyblock profile, you would break down this tree and you would build all the way over, and then you would take the hub to the portal. Luckily for us, our good friends, the developers, have just enabled the /hub command. So we're in the hub, no problem, great. Yeah, our first goal is going to just be actually getting an inventory slot, because right now I am not allowed to use any of my inventory space at all. To actually just make it a little bit easier to keep track of, I am going to start out by doing a little cheating, a teeny bit of cheating. I'm actually going to be claiming this 1 gift, and well, this is actually going to give me a red gift in my inventory, but because I'm not allowed to have that, that's going to go on the ground immediately. And now we have a little bit of coins, which means I can go over here to the builder. Now, to actually keep track of how many inventory slots I have, I'm going to actually just go over here to the wool weaver, and we're just going to quickly buy a whole bunch of blue stained glass paints. How about that? And then I'm just going to simply fill out my inventory with these. This means that I also just can't pick anything up, which is obviously going to be very important. And I'm also going to do this with my Enderchest page, which actually looks really nice because of my cute little NEO mod. And there we go. Now, we are just going to have to kind of live with just having my inventory filled with glass stained paints. And yeah, these are just kind of here to indicate how much inventory space I actually have, which obviously is going to go up with every Skyblock level. And it actually looks very nice in the Enderchests. I might try to find a mod that can make it look kind of nice as well, just for the next episode, but for now, this is going to have to do. And now, you're probably wondering, how do I even go from here? Because I don't have any inventory space. I actually literally cannot pick up any items. And yeah, well, I do have a plan for that, and that's going to start over here at the wheat farms. Just like pretty much any other profile, but whereas you normally would do this to get a whole bunch of coins, for this is exclusively going to be for farming levels, which, you know, each farming level gives us a little bit of Skyblock XP, which is obviously something we need desperately right now. And once we farmed this entire hub, I'm quickly just going to go to the hub selector and find a new hub. And then I'm right back at it with some completely fresh wheat plots. And with this plot here, that's another hub done. And that's farming 10, and now we're actually exactly halfway to Skyblock level 1. And while I could just keep farming all the way until my first Skyblock level, and therefore my first inventory slot, I will just go over and do a little bit of foraging, since that can also be done pretty easily right here at the start for a little bit of cheap Skyblock XP. And that's foraging 1. That took way too long, so I think I'm just going to go back to farming. I will quickly just look around to see if there's a couple of other ways I can get some easy Skyblock HP here without any items. Now, I did just look through the guide, and there's a couple quests I can do. So something like talking to all the villagers should actually give me a little bit of Skyblock HP, so I'm quickly going to do that. Oh, and there we go. I just talked to the librarian, and he gave me a nice little 10 Skyblock XP for enchanting 1 and just completing his quest, which is very nice. That means we are already at 65% of the way to our first level. Another 5 Skyblock XP from talking to the banker. Very nice. And even 10 coins from just depositing my money. Let's go. And now, yeah, I know some people might point out that the banker is technically storing coins, but because it's not items, I feel like it's fine to do that. Also, a cookie just kind of invalidates the banker anyway, so the only extra challenge it would provide would be right here in the early game. Also, no, the vault is not allowed. I did just unlock it because I wanted to check if it gave any Skyblock XP. Spoiler, it does not. But 70% of the way to level 100, I'm gonna try to see if I can find these last 3 villagers to talk with, and if not, I might just have to do a little bit more farming. And there we go. Another 5 Skyblock XP. There we go. That's the last NPC to talk with. I'm not going to claim the rogue sword right now because I don't have inventory space. So I will come back to you, Jamie, right when I get my first Skyblock level. Actually, probably not. I'll probably have to wait until I get a couple Skyblock levels before I actually bother with him. But that's pretty much all the easy Skyblock XP I could find here right now. And I still do need another 15 XP. So I'm going to go back to farming, and I'll see you in a bit when we unlock our first inventory slot. I didn't even realize, but I just talked to the farmer here and we got another 5 Skyblock XP. Very nice. Now it does tell me to collect wheat. Yeah, I can't really do that right now. We'll come back to that. There we go, farming 11. And that actually gave me a whole 10 Skyblock XP. So it should just be one more level until we get our first inventory slot, which is immediately going to unlock a whole bunch of more XP for us, since at that point we'll be able to start getting collections, and I can even get to do some mining. And obviously I can get an axe to do some more foraging as well. And there we go. Skyblock level 1. Woo! Okay, that means that I can finally throw out one of these pieces of stained glass. And we officially have our first inventory space. Yeah, and I'm immediately going to pick up some seeds and get a little bit more Skyblock XP. And I'm going to pick up some wheat and get a little bit more Skyblock XP. And yeah, also, yeah, I should give my wheat to farmer in here. I'm not going to be leveling up these collections very fast, since I can only pick up a stack of items at a time, but if we give 10 wheat to him, we get a total of 10 farming XP, which was an absolute waste of time, but hey, it is what it is. And there we go, a little bit of item picking up again, and we're already at 16 XP on our way to our next Skyblock level. At this point, I do have a couple coins that I got, obviously, from leveling up my skills. And I'm going to use these coins to go over here to the mine merchant. Just a new area unlocked, but I'm going to spend these coins on or some of these coins on a promising pickaxe, which is just going to help out here in the beginning to start getting some mining levels. And there we go, that's mining 1, and I'm immediately going to hit towards the gold mine. And once I made it to the gold mine here, now I am quickly going to do a trick here. So once he opens his inventories. As you can see, we can't actually buy anything, but since I obviously can still wear armor, I'm going to actually drop my pickaxe on the floor, and I'm going to buy one of these pieces of armor and immediately equip it. And that's just going to allow us to get a little bit of defense, and since we're not high enough enchanting level, not any health, but a little bit of defense obviously goes a long way to not getting one-tapped. I'm going to talk to the lazy miner here too. And that's another 10 Skyblock XP from an extra mining level and from just talking to that guy. I will go down now quickly and try to actually get his pickaxe. Actually, I just thought about it. The promising pickaxe won't actually really do me anything here, since the only thing it could really do is allow me to get a little bit of iron, but since I can't really pick up the iron with my pickaxe in my inventory, I honestly just think it's a better idea to just stick with the promising pickaxe and take advantage of that better mining speed that you get from efficiency. Now we're already mining 3, and we do need to get all the way to mining 5 before we can access the deep caverns, so that's going to be my next goal here. And there we go, that's mining 5. And I will just immediately go towards the deep caverns because this is going to give us a good opportunity to potentially get some combat XP, which obviously will allow us to get a little bit more Skyblock XP, which hopefully can get us a little bit closer to that second level. And here we are, the deep caverns. It does want us to talk to the lift operator, and I might as well go ahead. Hopefully it will give us a little bit of Skyblock XP for this. Sadly it didn't, but I'm just going to head down towards the lapis cores now, and we're probably going to be end up spending a little bit of time here, since ultimately I do want some lapis armor, and obviously the combat HP from the lapis zombies is going to be nice. And I'm going to try to take on the lapis zombies now. I am doing literally no damage, but it is giving me a little bit of combat XP, so hopefully I can do this. There we go, that's combat 1, and we actually get access to the spider den as well, and we might go there really soon, but for now I'm just going to continue killing a couple more lapis zombies. It's going to be fine. And there we go, combat level 2. Oh my god, that was way too close. 12 health remaining, but that is combat level 3, and I am quickly just going to walk to the hub before I die with all these coins on me. And I will actually be heading to the spider's den now, because in a recent update they changed the bestiary, and now you actually have to talk to a guy to unlock it, so I am quickly going to do that. And here we are, the spider's den. Now to actually find a way to get up here, huh? This might be a little bit more challenging than I initially thought it would be. A little bit of parkour later, we are indeed here. And this is Brassmaster Beastslayer. Hopefully we just have to talk to him. And that indeed did it. Great. This is also going to allow us to get a little bit more Skyblock XP, but we will have to do a lot of bestiary before that really can start to add up. There's also quickly Shaggy and a Grandma Wolf over here that I will just quickly talk to as well. And that actually gave us the Grandma Wolf pet, which is great, because now we can actually start getting some taming XP as well, which will allow us to level up our taming skill, which will also just mean more Skyblock XP. At this point, I will just go down and I'll try to see if I can kill some spiders. If it turns out to be a little bit too difficult, we might just have to go back to mining. Okay, yeah, these guys are a little bit too strong, like you shot there. So I'm just gonna quickly go back to our good old friend, the deep caverns, and I think I'm just gonna continue grinding some lapis zombies, as well as trying to get a little bit more mining XP. And I think that should be able to get us there in a reasonable amount of time. Oh my god. And that's actually Zombie Villager level 1 for our bestiary. Just also another Skyblock XP. Very nice. And that's already level 2. Not bad. And that's already level 3. Zombie Villager 4. Ah, and that's actually our first taming level, which is fantastic. That's an extra 5 Skyblock HP, which is great. And yes, a little bit of bestiary grinding actually got us quite far. And yeah, that's just very nice. We will also start getting a little bit of pet luck and some extra pet HP. Not that it's going to make too much of a difference, but it will be nice. And now that we're back into deep caverns, I'm just going to be heading down to the lapis zombies again and, well, start going ham. Lapis zombies tier 2. And that's combat level 4. Now we are only 20 XP off, which means I could just get a couple mining levels, and I think that should do it. There we go, mining level 6. And that's actually taming level 2 as well. And that's mining 7, which does mean we're only 5 XP off. Oh, and would you look at that? Another taming level, and that gets us there. Now, we officially have 2 inventory slots. Oh my god, this is huge. I can actually start collecting some more resources. Yeah, it's still not enough to really do anything too mind-blowing, but at this point I could go to the hub and actually buy a proper weapon or something, but for now I think I'm just gonna continue maybe killing a few lapis zombies, and I'll kind of think of where to go next. Alright, so I did a little bit more mining just until I got to level 30, and I do actually have a strategy that I'm gonna try now, which is gonna involve some sticks from the old merchant over here, and buying some gold from this guy. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna drop the sticks on the ground, quickly buy, never mind, I guess I can't. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna buy 1 gold ingot there, I'm gonna pick this up, and I'm gonna go into the crafting table, and yes, now I can craft myself a golden axe. And you are probably wondering what we're going to do with this. And well, I'm just going to do some foraging. And why I got 30 levels is exactly for this. Because now we can get efficiency 5 on our golden axe, which is really, really nice. We also did actually jump all the way from enchanting 1 to all the way to enchanting 4, which is also very, very nice. A little bit of extra Skyblock XP there, and just boosting our way upwards. We still haven't unlocked growth yet. That's the next enchanting level, but that will have to wait since it's a little bit more expensive than what I can afford right now. But yeah, I'm just quickly going to do some foraging, and I will see you then. Did actually also get an extra 5 Skyblock XP just from talking to the lumberjack, and I will just quickly do his quest. Hopefully there's enough here. There indeed is. I'm going to give it to him. Quickly pick up my promising pickaxe again. And yeah, I can claim the sweet axe here. I'm not going to because I don't have a use for it, since my gold axe is just kind of better. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly keep foraging for a little while, and I'll come back once I get a decent foraging level, and we can move on to some other things. Just some quick reference. It's been over an hour of playtime right now, and well, the last Ironman challenge I did, that entire video took me 2 hours to record, and I already got to the Dwarven Caverns. In this one, I only have 2 inventory slots, and yeah, this is gonna take a long time, because I do need some inventory slots here in the beginning, just to actually be able to pick up stuff and move stuff around. And there it is, foraging level 9. But yeah, I don't really know where to go exactly, like what's going to be the most efficient for Skyblock XP, because that's definitely my first priority. I do also have a couple things I want to discuss with y'all, and that's going to be the museum, because I have said in my rules I have banned the museum, and there's, well, 2 interpretations of that you can kind of derive. One of the interpretations is that I'm not allowed to use it at all. I'm not allowed to go over here. I'm not allowed to talk to the guy. I'm not allowed to put anything inside the museum. But the other interpretation is that I am allowed to put stuff inside the museum. I'm just not allowed to keep it in there. And what that interpretation would allow me to do is, instead of missing out on all the Skyblock XP you normally get from the museum, I would actually be able to get that Skyblock XP. I just wouldn't be able to use the museum for actually storing items. I just want to know what you guys' thoughts are on this, whether I should allow like donating items to the museum and claiming the Skyblock XP from them, but just not storing it in it, or if I should just avoid using the museum altogether. I can do both. I don't think it's gonna be too game-changing if I don't allow the museum at all. I just want to, know your guys' thoughts on it. At this point, there's only really one thing left I want to do before I end this episode off, and that's going to be taking advantage of our mayor, because I actually chose a pretty good time to start this series, right when Mayor Diana is in office, and well, what that allows us is, it allows us to get a griffin pet, and I'm just quickly gonna drop my golden axe on the ground, buy a griffin pet, add it to my pet menu, plus free Skyblock XP, very, very nice, and now we actually have a proper pet. As you probably know, the Griffin Pet is a very, very good early game pet, because it can allow you to get quite a lot of base stats without really putting anything special into it, and it's also very, very cheap. With that being said, though, I am going to end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed. We did make quite a decent bit of progress. We're almost at our first slot, only 27 more Skyblock XP left to go. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you have any questions or suggestions for this challenge, feel free to leave them down in the description below. And yeah, otherwise, I'm gonna, well, see you in the next episode. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. Also, remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Bye!